guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And today, for you guys, is another Star Wars video. Now, we're going to be talking about the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection, the new, I guess you could say, collection from Aspire or Asper or whoever, Aspirin, whoever wants to call it, whatever. I've heard it all. But anyway, if you guys enjoy this content, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new. It really does help me out. Again, we're trying to get 2,000 subs before I die. Preferably. But yeah, we're back here, and we're talking about Star Wars, the Battlefront Classic Collection. Now, just to put it out there, you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, right? It's not looking very good, okay? The gameplay you're seeing right now is not my gameplay. It is someone else's. I'm going to give them credit in the description, so don't worry about that. Yeah, so anyway, the gameplay you're seeing also is not the Classic, I'm doing air quotes, but you can't see it. The Classic Collection, it is the original 2004 and I believe 2005 Battlefront games, the original stuff from like the PlayStation 2, that kind of thing. So yeah, I have the games on Series X, and we'll talk about that. But basically, these kind of games were, I don't really want to say my childhood, I would say maybe my teenhood, because I wasn't allowed to watch Star Wars as a kid. I don't believe myself Star Wars is for children. I know everyone says George says it is, but I don't think it is. It's just my opinion. I would say teenager up. And I got Battlefront 2, I'm looking at the PS2 cover right now in my hands, when I was, I don't know, 13 maybe. And it's a really freaking good game, okay? Like, it still holds up. Both of these games really hold up. They are great shooters, both online and offline. I know the servers don't work. I know they kind of do now. But before this collection, you know, people used to play them online back in the day, and this was kind of like, you know, the talk of the school back when I was a kid and you know, all that teen and whatnot. It still kind of is, you know, I mean, these games, for Star Wars fans, or just shooter fans, you know, third-person, first-person shooter fans, they never really went out of style. Like, they hold up very freaking well, you know. The campaigns, you know, give or take, they're not canon, so you know, do what you will, but the offline and the online, you know, the multiplayer, right? That's what we really remembered. You get the instant action, which it's basically what I played the most. I think that's what kind of everyone kind of played the most, the Galactic Conquest or the Heroes versus Villains, you know, that kind of thing where you're taking the command post and, you know, watch those wrist rockets, you know what I mean, stuff like that. And it was just a really fun time, you know, like they're really fun Star Wars shooter. Like they were the definitive Star Wars shooter because they were really one of the only ones that did it 100% right, practically. And they were great, you know, and then we were going to get a Battlefront 3, and then that went to the wayside, and then, of course, EA stepped in, Battlefront 1 reboot, and I think, like, you know, 2016 maybe, 2015, something like that. It was fun, like, mechanically it was fine, just didn't really have any content. And, of course, Battlefront 2, 2017, is, in my opinion, the best, in terms of offline play, at least. The campaign, it's canon. It's very, very good campaign. There's some books that kind of make it better and all that, and there's some other really good stuff in there as well. So, all the Battlefront games are pretty good, right? And then Aspire, I'm just going to say that. Aspire comes, and they're like, hey, you know the old Battlefront games? We're gonna port them to the PS5 and the Switch and the PC and the Xbox Series consoles. It's going to be great. It's going to be Wizard. And you're going to love it. And I was like, all right, cool. No physical disc? Okay. That's a little concerning. Maybe it'll come out at one point. Who knows? And then all of a sudden, it releases. And lo and behold, oh yeah, no one's surprise, it was dog shit. It was Bantha-Poodoo. It wasn't very good. It was basically, I don't know, what's the worst thing? It was basically Palpatine. They, like, crumpled up Emperor Palpatine from the prequels, originals, and sequels, and just, like, put him on a disc, and were like, ship that out and put it in your console, and it wasn't very good. Now, again, I don't own the Classic Collection. I am not buying the Classic Collection. I am simply using other reviews and other gameplay that I've noticed myself, so before you're like, oh, well, you can't review it if you didn't buy it, I'm not gonna buy it, okay? I'm here to not necessarily review the game, because, again, I haven't played it, but I'm talking about the toxicity of the game and just, you know, how we're even at this stage in time. Because, again, all they had to do was port, maybe, you know, upscale the graphics a little, get that 60 FPS, you know, get some servers back up and running. Little baby minute things, right? They had to do little things, little Padawan things. And then they had to put it to a console. And they couldn't even do that. I mean, I know Aspire isn't, like, the most well-known gaming. I never even heard of them until the Classic Collection. Or I guess the Broken Collection, whatever you want to call it. But I mean, we're talking about servers not being up and running. We're talking about having like 3 to 4 servers on launch when hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people want to play this shit, and there's like 600 people allowed at one time. So just poor people gaming at this point, you know what I mean? Like, do better with the servers. You've got matches that like last until 1 second and then they just don't end. I heard Battlefront 2, if you play like a split screen with a second controller, it just doesn't work. The game just dies. It just kills itself because it can't live with its own existence. Other things happen, like, I don't know, the game just not functioning online at all, so really all you have to do is play offline. I know again, if you guys know me, I am a primarily offline shooter fan. I play third person, first person, mostly stuff like Call of Duty and Battlefront offline with bots. I know it sounds stupid. I'm not poor, I'm not bad, I'm not stupid. I choose to do it, okay? I can play online, and I'm not horrible at playing online. I just like to play offline. I like playing bots, I like having a chill time, playing as much as I want, being able to pause and, do whatever. I like that kind of stuff. And the old Battlefront games were freaking pioneers at that, man. They had so many good offline modes. So the fact that you kind of had, you pay $35 whatever for an online shooter, and you're essentially forced to play the offline component until these idiots get their stuff fixed out, which should have been fixed before the game released. We'll get to that in a minute. But basically what ends up happening here is that a lot of people are, forced to be playing offline, which, again, I don't have a problem with. So I'm like, all right, I do that all the time anyway, so I don't give a crap, whatever. But a lot of people, like, one of the biggest, selling points to this I don't want to say remaster or remake, just report, I guess, is the fact that you can play online. Like, that's a big deal. You know what I mean? The online servers were kind of axed a while ago, and the fact that they're kind of, coming back, I mean, that's a big thing for a lot of people. Relive your Battlefront days online with a buddy or whatever, and it doesn't work. Now, I know that it's been a few days since release, and apparently Aspire or Asper or Aspirin or Assholes, whatever the name of their company is, they are going to fix it, because I highly doubt they're going to release such a big release, such a well-known release loved by millions of gamers and just Star Wars fans, and just not fix it, because that'd be pretty scummy. But I mean, that's a lot of lawsuits. I mean, come on, I mean, shit, Cyberpunk released even worse, and they got hit with lawsuits. So I mean, I think we're gonna have some stuff in our hands here. But I think, look, they're gonna fix it eventually. I don't know when they're gonna do it. I mean, I heard they responded now. I'm not necessarily following this game because, again, I don't have any intention of buying it. I kind of did, okay, until it came out. Because I saw the trailers and I'm like, oh, cool, you got the announcer guy like, relive the classic collection in the Battlefront, or, relive the Battlefront collection with a friend and split screen, online, offline, whatever. And it's like, all right, this is cool, it's awesome. And then it released and it was poo-poo. Which, again, I kind of had a feeling, because we got to talk about this now. These two games are so old. Like, they're basically relics in a museum at this point. Indiana Jones would want to collect them. And in this style, again, all they had to do was just freaking port it. Like, add a few bells and whistles and stuff, but just basically port it to a new console that can handle 120 FPS at 4K sometimes. And then it's like, no, they can't do that. You know what I mean? Screw you. So it's just a big freaking mess. I know that, look, Aspire, they're not the most well-known devs in the world. They're not TT Games, they're not Rockstar, they're not Insomniac, I mean, they're not Rocksteady before Suicide Squad, all that stuff. So I get it, but they need to understand that even though they're not the most prolific and well-known game devs, they tackled something that, I mean, you pissed a lot of people off. I mean, you pissed me off, and I didn't even buy it. You know what I mean? Like, that's how bad this is. Now, I suckered up. I bought Cyberpunk when it came out on my Xbox One, and it didn't work for beans, like, at all. Like, it was, I mean, it was funny because, like, every 5 seconds there'd be a game-altering glitch, but, after 5 minutes, I just wanted to throw it out the friggin' window. And now I have it on Series X and all the billions and billions of patches, and lo and behold, it still doesn't work. Fun fact, on my Series X, now with Cyberjunk 1977, whenever you try to play the damn game, and you're driving throughout Night City, and just walking or doing anything in the open world, there are just textures that flicker like crazy. It's like a seizure city. It's like Exigle, and that's not intentional. and they didn't fix it. So all the patches Cyberpunk did, I'm not going to excuse, they effed up, and they did do some good things with Cyberpunk, okay? I'm not going to lie. They did fix a lot of the stuff. But on my end, and a lot of people's ends, if you Google it on Series X, it's still fundamentally broken. And I don't think they're going to fix it. Same thing with Starfield. It runs like dog cheeks. They're like, oh, it's a consistent 30 FPS. Haha, buy our game. It's not. It's maybe a consistent 5 FPS. Give and take what you're doing or what planet you're on. Just runs like crap. So look, there's a lot of games, right? We're looking at Gollum. We're looking at Kong Skull Island, whatever. Rise of Kong. If I said Gollum, I mean, there's so many Walking Dead Destinies or whatever, that console Walking Dead crap by Game Mill. There's so many games that have been coming out that they're either don't work or just straight up broken. And I never thought that the Battlefront Classic Collection would be straight up broken. Because again, all you have to do is port this stuff. It's really not that hard. I can't do it. So when I say it's not that hard, it's not like, oh, franchise, no, I can't do it. I'm not a game dev. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I blow up the studio, okay? I couldn't do it. But if I had maybe, I don't know, a few months of game dev practice, I could probably have a little bit of an idea, I mean, I would know that we'd have to have more than 3 servers on day one, I'd tell you that much. I'd have to know that maybe the game should, I don't know, run good day one. Maybe, just a thought, But, yeah, it just sucks, because, like, look, the old 2 Battlefront games, the funny thing is, I have the 2 old Battlefront games on my Xbox Series X, and they run at a consistent, I believe, 30 FPS, so it's not 60, it is 30, but I'm able to play Battlefront 1 and 2 Original on my Series X through the backwards compatibility feature. So I spent maybe, for these 2 games, I spent, I don't know, $7 total. I think I got it on a sale. Battlefront 1 was like $4. Battlefront 2 was like $3 or $4. Roughly, basically less than $10. I got those 2 games digitally on my Series X. They run great. They look great for the time, of course. They're not really upscaled or nothing, but they still look good. They run fine. I'm able to do everything offline. The servers don't work on those ends because the backwards compatibility games, not the new ones. But I'm able to play the game. Like, it's playable. It works. You know what I mean? I don't want to say online because there's no servers, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Fundamentally, the game works, at least for offline. So I'm happy. And I find it really effing funny that they're charging $35 to $40 for these 2 games when I got them for less than $10. And you can too if you have an Xbox Series console. You could just go to the store and get these 2 old games for like really friggin' dirt cheap probably. And yeah, it's not 60 FPS. There's no online service. It maybe isn't, maybe like 2 pixels are missing compared to the new one. But they work. That's kind of a big deal. And again, I'm assuming they're going to work in the future. They're going to patch it and they're going to do all the fun stuff to make it work right. Because, you have to. If you don't, it's just, like I said, lawsuit central. But I think in this case, just play the old ones. Or hell, play Battlefront 2 2017. There's no microtransactions. The game works. There's a canon campaign. Really good. Great graphics. Great voice acting. Great solid frame rate. Instant action, offline modes up the butt. You got online modes crazy. It's just such a really complete and full package, the 2017 version. And, if you want to play the 2015 version or whatnot, but look, point is, do not give Aspyr your money. I didn't, because I instantly saw the backfire and the garbage that went on behind this. So I can't really say I played these and I reviewed them. That wasn't the point of the video, obviously. We're 13 minutes in, 14 minutes in. I hope you would know by now. That wasn't the point. The point was to kind of say, hey, we need to stop releasing broken video games at launch, expecting people to pay upwards to $30, $40, $50, $60, $70, $80 for your game, and then say, we're sorry. You know what I mean? Like, we're done with the apology thing written on effing AI.net, okay? We're done with that. I'm done with it. I was done after Cyberpunk, okay? I didn't buy Gollum or what, no one bought Gollum, but you know what I'm saying. I think gamers are at least, I'd hope that we're smelling the sulfur in the air, so to speak. Metaphorically, I hope that we are kind of more aware of what's going on and what we can kind of decipher as a good game versus a shit game. And this collection is the latter. It is not good. Unless they fix it, which I doubt they will soon. I don't know when they're going to fix it. I hope they do. But point is, if you're on an Xbox Series X at least, or a PC, whatever, buy the originals via backwards compatibility. They're cheap and they work. Buy Battlefront 2017. It's easily the best made Battlefront game. Easily. I know Battlefront 2, it's nostalgic, but Battlefront 2017 is the best one. Like, in terms of graphics, frame rate, all that. Like, it's the best. Maybe not your favorite, but it's the best made. So definitely get that. Again, all these games are really dirt cheap. I mean, go to Amazon, go to Target, go to the Exchange, go to whatever, and you'll find all these games really, really dirt cheap. It really is a shame, though, that this, such a beloved franchise got treated like poop again. You look at, like I said, Battlefront 2015, barely any content. Battlefront 2017, loot boxes and illegal gambling. They fixed that, obviously, but it still happened. Jedi Fallen Order, I think, had an okay launch on console. Jedi Survivor, that was a horrible launch, and it's still not fixed. A lot of people still have screen tearing and frame rate dropping, including myself. It's fun when it works, but it didn't work on day one. And then, of course, you get this. Really, I think the only Star Wars game that released, not broken and a full product is Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. And, all the Lego Star Wars games. Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens, but the Skywalker Saga game was the most recent Star Wars game that worked on day one. It was fun. It still is fun. And I want to say it's objectively the best Star Wars game. I know I can't say that, but, I mean, come on. It's the best Star Wars game. It's got everything you'd want in a Star Wars game. In a Star Wars game. I mean, we're getting Star Wars Outlaws, but from Ubisoft, which I'm assuming is going to be screen tear galore again. I'm going to buy it. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I love Assassin's Creed. I enjoyed Far Cry. Watch Dogs was good until they F that up with backwards compatibility. But, I think unless Outlaws has somehow even worse reviews than the Classic Collection, I'll probably end up buying Outlaws. And then you look at stuff like, the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Defective Edition. They're okay now. They still kind of run like crap. But, it's baffling that gamers buy this stuff. I'm not saying you yourself are an idiot, but a lot of gamers are stupid people, and they're like, "Oh, would you buy it?" And then they're like, "Wait, this sucks." It's like, yeah, normally when I review a movie, I say, form your own opinion, watch the movie yourself, spend money on it, and if you like it, you like it. You don't like it, you don't like it. But when it comes to a video game, they're expensive sometimes, and I think it is sometimes best to look at reviews. If everyone is collectively saying it doesn't run well and it looks like trash, maybe don't buy it. You know what I mean? I don't think it's them. I think it's the truth there. So, yeah, just do better with releasing your video games, please. I'm tired and sick of just broken game releases. Again, we've had some, good releases, right? Lego Star Wars, Elden Ring, Dying Light 2 for the most part. So there have been games that have come out that work, but a lot of them don't, and I didn't expect this one to not work, and it really sucks, and I don't care if they're going to fix it, whatever. The damage is done, people are pissed off, and they're probably not going to be coming back. I, for one, unless they make a physical disc version, and it is, completely fixed, and the online servers work, and the offline is still good, then maybe I'll consider buying it for a low discount, okay? Because I want to play this game. I want to buy this game. I want to like this game. But I can't. Because they just didn't make it right. You know what I mean? They didn't do a good job. So please, buy Battlefront 2 2017. Buy the original 2 Battlefront games on your Xbox Series X or S. Or hell, even Xbox One. I think that's on there too. Buy those. Play those versions. They work. And they're a lot better. But anyway, tell me down in the comments what you think about this. Are you mad? Are you excited that they are maybe going to fix it? Or are you just kind of sick and tired of this crap? Because, again, I am too. I'm done with it. I'm done with broken game releases. If everyone's hating on it, I'm done. I don't know what to tell you. Again, I'm not a game dev, so it's easier for me to say, make your game work. But, again, I bring it up all the time. Imagine you buy a car for X amount of dollars, a lot of money, and then they're like, oh, the steering wheel's broke. Oh, yeah, the gas pedal doesn't work either. Oh, the engine? We'll get that in a week. You know what I mean? It's like no one would buy your car if the car didn't come working like a car. So why are we doing the same thing with video games? I know video games are a lot cheaper than a car, but it's the same principle. If your game doesn't work right, don't buy it. Don't release it even. I know, that's another story in and of itself, but still. The point is, it's broken, it sucks, and you need to aspire to do better. So please tell me in the comments down below what you think about this classic crud collection. And yeah, in terms of Star Wars gaming, again, my recommendations, the old 2 Battlefront games, Battlefront 2017, every LEGO Star Wars game, Jedi Fallen Order, I guess Survivor if you can deal with screen tearing and all that. Those are far better games. LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga and Battlefront 2 2017 are leagues better than the Classic Collection, so please, they're cheaper and they're better. Anyway, tell me down below what you think. Are you excited? Are you mad? Because I am, and yeah, we should have had a good experience here, but unfortunately, we got a broken mess. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.